was an amazing run. Oh, nice. Oh, my brain.
Goodness me.
Oh, are you serious?
To get an offer to come down and do the trail missions, man, I've been talking about it for a while now, and finally I was like, oh, you just have to do it, put it on the calendar and go.
First time to Baja, my wife is here. We've never been off-roading together. Stoked to have her and my son.
It's an adventure every time you come down here. There's always something new, always something different right around the corner.
Once you fall under its spell, it just keeps drawing you back in.
Cameron came up with this concept of going out and enjoying the Baja with some of our best friends, people that we don't even know. We are allowed to bring our family. Sometimes you'll see father-daughter, or you'll see father-son, and it's so amazing to watch the family bond. Trail of Missions is just unbelievable.
We don't have cell service or computer access. We're on vacation mode, really enjoying time with the family and all our new friends.
Welcome to Baja and the 2017 Monster Energy Trail of Missions presented by BFGoodrich. Well, what do you know? It's time for another adventure as we get ready to cross the Tecate border crossing. This is the 2017 Monster Energy Trail of Missions presented by BFGoodrich Tires. My name's Cameron Steele, and we have the entire circus here. The idea is we're going to follow the El Camino Real, which is the mission trail. It starts down in Loreto where the first ever mission was first built, but that's our goal, is to get to Loreto and have a good time. We're going to unplug from our computers. We're going to not have much cell service. We're not going to have anybody calling us, telling us, hey, we need you to do this, we need you to do that. We're going to Baja. That means a good time with friends old and new. We actually have some fresh fish that have never been to Baja before, so I'm super excited about that. Whether you're super experienced like Kurt Leduc or Frank D'Angelo, or brand new like Grant Coffin, it's all part of it. Here's Grant right there. First time ever going into Baja, and that's what it's all about. The big smile, lots of fun, and hanging out with all your friends, including all the people of Baja who are so friendly and accommodating. Nothing could be better. Let's do this. The Tecate border crossing is where we entered Baja with our 21 truck circus. It's a quiet entry point with rarely any traffic. This is where we play the random game of green light, red light, and the Fox Shocks truck got the red light and a random inspection. It's all part of the fun of Baja. Welcome to Baja, Tecate, Baja, California. For the Desert Assassins, being able to share the magic of Baja is a key ingredient as to why we host our trips. Whether you're an experienced Baja vet or a fresh fish, which is what we call the rookies, our goal is the same: introduce you to amazing places and great people. On this year's Monster Energy Trail of Missions presented by BFGoodrich, we have some exceptional star power. 16 times X Games medalist Brian Deegan makes his first Baja off-road journey, and he's brought along his 15-year-old daughter Haley, who is already earning podiums in the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series and turning heads with her pavement racing exploits. Casey Curry is a hero in rock racing and recently won an international event in Portugal. He's also a solid short course racer who returns to Trail of Missions, but this time he has brought his wife Allie and their 3-year-old son Ryan on their first ever off-road adventure with him. Family is what the DA truck trips are all about, and the Olagus family is making their maiden voyage as a group to Baja. Father Steve is a top contender in desert racing, but his wife Carrie, daughter Kylie, and son Jack are taking their first ever adventure south of the border from their home in Las Vegas. And we are honored to have the legend Rob McCachran join us. Rob has won over 200 off-road races, mini championships, and is the most decorated desert racer of all time. Rob has won the last 3 Baja 1000s but never has time to stop and smell the cactus, which is our goal for him on this year's Trail of Missions. As our group of about 60 people start south, we head into the fabled off-road area of the Pine Forest. It's part of only 4 national parks in Baja and is home to Laguna Hansen. Sitting above 5,000 feet, the lake acts as our gateway into Baja. The tight and technical sections in the trees eventually give way to more traditional, open Baja-style roads, and the group starts to get their feel for the rigs as we start our week-long adventure. As many of our friends hope for, the open dirt roads lead to a favorite taco stand of ours in Valle Trinidad. It's time to eat Baja style.
Welcome to fast food in Baja, not like fast food in the United States. Bit of a cultural experience here. One of the first things you'll notice is they're not worried about when you're gonna pay. You order your food, and then you go up to them afterwards and offer to pay. They're not gonna force you to pay beforehand. Condiments are out on the counter. You get to make your own stuff. You gotta yell for what you want. Give me 3 flour, give me 4 flour. It's kind of a communal experience. Most of the time when people come down here, it's an experience that they live for. They want to come back and do it again.
Bienvenidos, Taquería El Rancho en el Valle de la Trinidad.
Sharing some lesser traveled routes is always a blast, especially when it leads to what I call the first banger location on this year's trip. Trail of Missions continues. Of course, this is one of my favorite spots on the Baja Peninsula. I love to have the heli come reveal and show all these people. And what was really special for me is Kurt Leduc, Frank D'Angelo, and Ryan Thomas, who are definitely Baja veterans, Rob McCaffrey, none of them have ever been to this spot before. So I just call it the bluffs outside of Clam Corner. You don't really know where it's at because those are places that we made up the names for, but just more epicness on Baja. We're gonna continue south, have more fun. The next section of Baja is always a fun one for the group, and after traversing some small coastal ranges, we find ourselves at a not quite as undercover location. La Lobera, or Sea Lion when translated, is named for the ocean-going creatures that call it home. It always gets a sweet reaction from those making their first trip here, as it's really visual and unique.
It's been awesome. You know, I've been seeing things I've never seen before.
Yeah, me
That's
either.
yeah, exactly. So I think that's what we're trying to do in life. I mean, we only got so much time. We're trying to experience as much as we can, and this is new for me, so I'm all about it. I think it's cool. It's a lot more mellow right now than my normal pace, so it's good. Sometimes we have to just like cruise like without a cell service, without everyone calling us, and just kind of learn to relax once in a while.
The Trail of Missions now takes the road less traveled to our first mission site at San Fernando, where there isn't much left to see.
We're at the San Fernando Mission ruins. It looks ruined. Not a whole lot left. A little bit of adobe structure still in place.
I think 1772 they were built, and this is what a couple 100-year-old mission will look like.
Welcome to my crib. We're in the northern Baja. Closet right here. Got some kicks, you know, all designer, no release date on those. Got a shelf. Pretty much it.
The remoteness of Baja trained you to never pass gas. We always say you can't have too much fuel unless you're on fire.
So we're at the entrance to Bay of LA at the #1 gas station in this area. It's the only gas station in this area. It's run out of a pickup truck. Real standard, actually, to find this kind of fill-up station in the middle of nowhere. You pay a premium for the gallon of gas, for sure. We're probably paying $5 a gallon here. They really provide a good service for everybody, though, because there is no gas station around here, and if you're not on the ball and keeping your tank full, you can find yourself in a spot where you got no gas.
When we return to the Trail of Missions, we will show you something unbelievable as the Sea of Cortez opens her arms to us. The 2017 Trail of Missions is brought to you by Monster Energy, BFGoodrich Tires. Are you driver enough? Method Race Wheels. Lighter, stronger, faster. And Lucas Oil Products. Made in America, sold to the world. The Trail of Missions was ready for a swim, and where better a location than the north end of Bahia de Los Angeles on the Sea of Cortez. A quaint little spit of gravel known as La Gringa was waiting for us. Bahia de Los Angeles, definitely one of the most beautiful spots on the peninsula. Everybody's having a great time. I can't argue. We kind of shortcut it a little bit today so we could do this, but I think well worth it.
Bay of LA is definitely one of my favorite spots. From the first time in the early 90s being down here pre-running and happened to wake up early and came outside the hotel room, out sitting in the chair waiting, wake everybody up, and saw the sun come up, and the blue color that this ocean had in this bay was one incredible place.
I've been missing it out. It's been fantastic. It's amazing to see everything that we normally see when we come down for the race, but the other half of it, so it's gorgeous.
So yeah, you come down for the race and it's fast, hurry, go here, wait, fast, hurry, go there, and you pass by all these places.
Unbelievable program. This is just a lot of fun. I just should have come years ago.
Well, we're having another epic afternoon in Baja. Kay's not very happy, but it's all right. It's been a long day in the car, but right now the Bay of LA has really provided us with just another amazing moment. And I gotta tell you that every time you turn around, Baja just pokes her head up and says, check this out. It's just been unbelievable. More to come. As we turn off the highway towards San Borja, I'm stoked having shared the ruins of San Fernando Mission the day before, knowing how beautiful and complete a mission this road will lead to. It's an epic 22-mile journey through the mountains outside of Bay of LA, where the cardone cactus and boojum trees line your way to one of the most majestic and remote missions in all of Baja that was founded in 1762. Welcome to the 16th mission on the peninsula, tucked away at San Borja. Welcome to Central Baja, just up in the hills above Bahia de Los Angeles. 22 miles of dirt road leads to this, the San Borja Mission. It's a magnificent stone structure. Just behind, you can see the original adobe ruins, and for me, this is one of my favorite spots on the Baja Peninsula. Whether you're doing it off-roading during the races or you're sharing it with your family, it doesn't really matter because it's just one of those magical spots you have to come visit. Kay, do you like it? I love you, baby. Can I have a kiss? Let's check out the San Borja Mission. The vibe of the missions is one of history and culture with a quiet and thoughtful respect for all that have passed through these doors over the last 3 centuries. Everyone should remove their hat when entering the missions and never use flash photography. San Borja is unique as one family has taken it upon themselves to caretake and share the mission as they have been in the valley for about 8 generations.
This is one of the very cool missions that's still up and operating. I think they have services here once a month. Just to the left of me is the original ruins that was built in the early 1700s, and it's all made out of clay and so forth, which is probably why it's ruins. And then the mission that we're on top of right now, they built shortly thereafter and actually built out of stone and in a pretty neat picturesque setting. So if you ever come to Baja, you gotta stop.
When you walk into the mission here at San Borja, you think how many people have been baptized, babies christened over the centuries here. And to keep it alive and for these people to take care of it so that someday you can come find the mission at the end of the dusty road.
Now that we've shared some history and culture with the group, we figured it was time to offer up a little more of a challenge in the trucks that always adds to the adventure. Aha, here come the silt beds.
The off-roading we got into was pretty crazy. We're having a little race going through the silt beds. Everybody running, no one could see where they're going. of the Raptors actually got high-centered. We had to pull them out. That was a little bit of excitement.
So I got stuck. That was a lot of fun. Got high-centered, right in the middle of the trail. Oh, and the helicopter was right there. So, of course, everybody saw me. Everybody's gonna see me, probably. But, hey, quick strap, out it was his gun, and back on our way again.
Ken is always a good sport, and the entire group enjoys a little time in the silt this day. A little talc-like dirt over the hood and into the AC vents is always a good feeling. Of course, amazing history, followed by some dirty fun with some grit in your teeth should lead to a beautiful vista, and then another iconic Baja location for a rinse of the body and soul at what I simply call my favorite beach in Baja. Goofing around at the beach. We just call it the secret beach because we don't want to tell any of you where it is. Sorry. Some things we have to keep secret in Baja, and this is just one of them. So hope you enjoy it. Check out the art. The kids are like a rolling rat pack, and every time the trail lands in a new location, they are out and on the exploring. No electronics needed when in Baja. Climbing rocks and playing in the water is good for everyone.
It's totally different. I never really have time to explore the places I race at. And so it's really cool to come out here and find new things that I've never seen and done before.
Trail mission is awesome. Every hour gets better, you know, from the time we started to right now. So this is kind of the highlight.
Came down the hill looking at this spot. I'm like, man, I don't know what this place is. I don't know the name. I've never ever been here, never even thought about it. But you look around these little spots, like how long can they actually stay before people figure it out? And, well, until then, it looks like all the boys on the trails and missions and girls are enjoying it. So I guess it's ours and not yours.
When we won the 2017 NORA Mexican 1000, Mike Kraft was our navigator, but he hates the camera. Secret beach, it's his first time.
Part of the secret beach.
Initiation. We're all just big kids inside, right?
Camera still asked me if I wanted to go on the adventure of a lifetime and do the trail of missions. Well, hey, I went for it.
I'm K-Steel, and this is definitely my favorite.
We continue to share as we head south on the peninsula, but when we return, Brian and Haley Deegan have issues they weren't prepared for. Welcome back to the Monster Energy Trail missions presented by BFGoodrich. The fun of opening up a donut shop can lead to issues that were unforeseen, and today it was the Deegans that developed the problem after a little fun.
Power steering went out, and I was gonna fix it, but Kurt jumped in there, you know? He's like, that's cool, you know how to backflip a dirt bike, but gonna do for you now. I said, all right, it's cool. Get the wrench, get the wrench.
Okay, let's start it up. Well, we're trying to diagnose it. We got every mechanic in the world here helping us. Brian's Jeep, Brian and Haley had a steering failure. What happened, Brian?
The steering just went out. I let Haley drive it, you know, next thing you know.
Well,
donuts.
We've got every mechanic in the world possibly on it. Fouts, the Curries, we got Kurt LeDuc. I mean, we got the peanut gallery hanging out.
We're just fixing this Jeep the way Chase fixes it. We just put it on the trailer. Worry about it later.
The beauty of Baja can be deceiving cover for her harsh remoteness. For the DA and any that travel into the Never Never, preparation should be on the top of your list. We don't over-modify our vehicles, but we certainly make sure they are on point when getting ready for a couple thousand Baja miles. Whether it's the DA's Ford Raptors or the Curry's Jeeps, we make sure to limit the possibility of failure as best we can. Fun is getting to your destination, especially when it's as epic as the San Ignacio mission.
San Ignacio mission, many times I've raced right through here, right on the street, right behind us. So it's amazing to come here and actually walk inside and just see the mission here. Pretty cool place, and glad to be here and really enjoying my time with my son Caden and just cruising, enjoying things that I never really get to stop and see. So it's awesome to be here, and can't wait to be back in November racing the Baja 1000.
It's pretty cool to see the history.
The circus is in full effect. We're just getting ready to leave San Ignacio here on the Trail of Missions, and Cody's right here, and he's mad at me already. Look at his face. It's only a few days in, he already wants to kill me, and so it's probably not me as much as it is the rest of the crew. How are we doing, Bob?
Doing great. Getting ready to go to San Juanico, hang out on the beach, go swimming, go surfing.
On our way to Scorpion Bay, leaving San Ignacio.
San Ignacio to San Juanico, let's go drive.
With only the small fishing village of El Datil and a couple remote outposts between San Ignacio and San Juanico, and great dust-free visibility in the salt flats, it's a fun place to share a little truck romp with your friends. Always watch for any traffic, which may be something more unique than vehicles. Maybe more importantly, we keep our eyes open for any white ice, which are slightly moist spots on the flat and hard terrain that can sneak up on both pros and rookies alike. It doesn't play favorites. Before arriving to San Juanico, we wanted to share another sweet slice of remote epicness, which is maybe just a couple turns past the mailbox, which has become an iconic remote landmark. Punta Magico? I think that sounds pretty good. Point of Magic, or the Magic Point. We're just making it up. It's not really the name, but if you look right behind me, heck, you can probably hear the seals cackling out there. It's just one of those spots on the Baja Peninsula, a couple hundred feet in elevation, right over the sea. You can come to it from the south, off the beaches. You can come to it from the north, off the mesa. And it just has this kind of surreal feel because there's nothing out here. I mean, it's basically desolate for at least 30 miles in every direction. And to get here and be able to share it with your friends is the same feeling as sharing Baja. It just gives you that pump in the chest and the thumbs up all around, everybody's smiling, and that's what Baja is all about. The fun's just getting started. There's beach, surfing, fiesta, and good times all ahead in Scorpion Bay on this year's Trail of Missions. Welcome back to what we call Epic Baja and the 2017 Monster Energy Trail of Missions presented by BFGoodrich. The Desert Assassins have been hosting Baja trips for well over a decade, and normally we make them to a multiple-night southernmost destination. Options are normally Loreto, La Paz, or Cabo San Lucas, but for 2017, we decided on a loop and a multiple-night stay in San Juanico. For our group, this is a tall task as there aren't any larger accommodations in the one-time fishing village turned surf destination. But with multiple houses, the Cowabunga Bar and Grill, and the Scorpion Bay Hotel, and of course our good buddy Corey Fowler doing the arrangements, we arrived for a couple days of surf and relaxation. Everyone was fired up except the Deegans, who had obligations to go home to. Just another epic day in Baja, but the bad news is the Deegans have to leave. Our buddy Daryl's got to go, so duty calls. Deegs, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me,
make
man.
it down. Hopefully you have fun. Haley, surfing?
Yeah. Wish I could stay longer.
NASCAR calls, so
yeah.
time to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome experience, man. I was like really looking forward to seeing what it was like, and now I definitely think we're hooked.
I definitely think we're coming back next year.
Yeah, I'm just stoked I got to share it with my daughter, and now we can tell stories together for forever, a long time.
That's the game, right? Baja sets the hook. Could never get away. We're gonna go surfing, that's what we're gonna do. They're gonna drive to the airport. I feel bad for them a little bit, but we're gonna go surf. So let's go have some fun in San Juanico.
Later.
Pacific Ocean south swells make their way into the points of San Juanico that became a Misto's secret surf spot sometime in the 70s. One Scorpion Bay nickname story is that it was used to throw off other surfers, as the name doesn't exist on official maps.
Right now, we're heading out to go surf Scorpion Bay. Second point should be a blast.
We're having a blast in trail missions, you know, surfing, driving. Funnest trails I've ever been on.
Hey, Kate, can you do this for me? Can you run and try to slide? Which foot do you slide with forward? Which is your forward foot? There we go. She's goofy foot. Okay, let's go, dude. Hop off. You ready to go surfing? Yeah. I grew up in San Clemente riding waves, and for a while made a living in the ocean. Part of my Baja stoke is sharing the ocean with others. Like my buddy Azam, we've been friends for 30 years. He gave surfing a gallant effort, but he still can't surf.
My first wave I caught, I looked down, I saw a school of a bunch of little blue fish, and it was beautiful.
Seeing the kids like Owen Kraft scoring waves was super meaningful. My nephew Michael was on point, and we tried to encourage the whole group to surf or learn how. Although Casey Curry lost part of his finger surfing 2 years ago on trail missions, he caught a bunch of redemption waves at San Juanico.
So much fun because the wave never stops, it never crashes, it just keeps going forever. I kind of like it better here because I get to surf with all my friends and get to meet new people.
Best surf I've ever ridden. It's awesome, so much fun. It's real easy to catch, and you know, it's just fun to get on a longboard sometimes.
When you're down in Scorpion Bay and you're right on that wave and you catch it on the point, and then you just take it on in, and it keeps just going and going, and it's just a ride. And have my little daughter Kylie with me was magical.
My impression of Scorpion Bay is just an absolute oasis in the middle of nowhere. It's paradise.
Trail Emissions 2017.
Hurt my elbow a little bit, but it was worth it.
If you were wondering if Shenanigans are a part of the trail emissions, the answer is yes.
You gotta make him a big jump. You're gonna do whatever it takes.
Rob Mack, welcome to the 2017 Trail Emissions.
Is it high center? What'd you get?
Nothing, man. It's quicksand.
That's his truck?
Hey, no problem. Rob, is there a vandalism setting on the traction control?
If you see some short little green guy who looks like a munchkin or something, maybe I'm hearing that guy had something to do with that. I bet.
Wasn't me. Jimmy.
Casey, you did this?
No, look at the articulation. It's like a G.
What did you do? What did you do? During our visit, we invited the whole town to Fiesta on the beach with us, and we had the AB off-the-grid catering crew make dinner for everyone that came as we shared laughs with all and toys with the kids.
This is like an amazing experience. The whole town of San Juanico's come in, and we're basically providing hamburgers and chips and salads for them, and You can tell that, you know, people are just stoked on the vibe and appreciate everything, but we do this because we appreciate Baja and we really want to give back to the local people in Baja as much as we can. So it's really fun to kind of come together with them in a community and share their culture.
Gracias por todo tiempo aquí en San Juanico. Es muy bonito. Thank you, guys. So,
thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so toys for the kids, hanging out in town. Rob back here. We brought the Baja 1000 winner because we're forced to, and we can't seem to get the win done so far, so we had to bring Rob so all the fans would come out. But it's super cool to be able to get back. Thanks, Rob, for being here. Thank you.
Oh, they're in heaven right now. It's like Christmas for them. Coming down here, giving back to the community. San Juanico's always opened us welcome arms, and we're happy to be here and support these guys.
I think it's super cool that all the kids from San Juanico can come down to the beach, and Cameron and all of us from Trail of Missions can give a little bit back, man. It's wonderful to see the look on their faces when they get a toy that they can take back home.
I don't know how the heck it happened every time.
He tries to be humble, but he's pretty good. I'm gonna slash his tires before the race this year. I got it worked out now. The cops are gonna arrest Rob when he comes through town and he's here first.
We're gonna have to start negotiating with these guys now. Make sure that don't happen.
Perfecto, that's how we do it. Trail of Missions continues down the peninsula, but I gotta tell you, this was a banger day. Good morning, friends. Welcome to another beautiful day on the Baja Peninsula. This is the 2017 Monster Energy Trail of Missions presented by BFGoodrich Tires. I'm Cameron Steele, and we've been driving down the peninsula. We're about halfway down. Right now, we're leaving Scorpion Bay for an epic day of viewing the missions. Comondu, San Xavier, and Loreto, the birthplace of the Mission Trail. Let's do this. A little adventure for the kids here on Trail of Missions as we continue to Loreto, our destination. Looking pretty fun. While we had a little extra time, I had an idea on how to get a different perspective on a familiar location that I thought would surprise the group. I can pretty much guarantee, since the three of us have never stood here before, that no one watching this has ever stood here before. Well, hopefully not, but Kurt, a new spot in the Baja for you?
Pretty awesome. Usually Rob and I are down here on this pavement, running 120 miles an hour. First car on the road, I think, a couple times. So it's pretty impressive to get up here and get the panoramic view.
Rob, what do you think of this spot?
It's incredible. Like Kurt said, I've been racing down here since the mid-'80s, and I've never stood up here to get the overlook of San Juanico and Scorpion Bay. It's awesome. So definitely nice being down here, enjoying good times with Cam and Kurt.
As we journey south, I know there's this one spot that is always a crowd pleaser. The river crossing at La Purísima has created a lot of smiles over the years, be it bikes or cars. Every crossing we do here, I laugh a little thinking of the time we shared this with Travis Pastrana. He had a great time, and this group was no different. I
Isaac put a snorkel on his, so we're able to go through some pretty deep water and not have to worry about taking any water into the engine. We saw this big river open up, and he just punched it. He went right for the deep section and blew it up.
I was called up on deck and I performed, and we did not lift all the way through that thing. All 4 wheels in there and just powered through and made some massive, massive rooster tails. That was awesome.
After the laughing, Isaac and Dave were crowned the winners of the non-existent competition to make the biggest splash. Then we turned our attention to one of Baja's most visual landmarks.
Here we are on the 2017 Monster Energy Trail of Missions. We're here at the El Pilon. Right behind me, 907 feet tall. Translated, it means on top. There's a little mesa on top, so they call it the El Pilon. We're heading to Comondu, we're gonna have some lunch, and we're gonna end in Loreto this afternoon.
The terrain turns violently volcanic as we leave La Purísima, but the government of Baja Sur does a great job maintaining the roads to our next 4 stops. We are headed for mission locations 1 and 2, but first we'll make a stop at the 5th mission created at Comondu. Back in 2006, I remember laying in the street making a bushing with Cody out of a soda can for our pre-run truck as we were broken down here. Although we got some funny looks, everyone in town was really friendly. It's a stunning palm oasis, and many times I feel the hottest place on the peninsula.
It's a pretty amazing place. The temple that was actually here originally was the largest one in California at the time, and they dynamited it to use the pieces so that they could put together some others. And this is what's left here is this temple here, which they said they used as a residence for a while for the missionaries as they came down here. Pretty incredible place, pretty incredible engineering. I think what they did back in the early 1700s, and to haul a bunch of this rock and stone and things just to put up a bunch of these different temples around. Pretty incredible.
All right, now that we got them all warmed up here, it's about 100 degrees here in Comondu. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna step right onto this road because this is actually the El Camino Real, or the Royal Road, which connected the mission trails. So from Comondu to San Javier, which is what I call the jewel of the mission trail, this is an actual part where we can really get on a piece of history and travel back in time. And it's an epic spot. San Javier is even more incredible than here in Comondu, so let's go for a ride and have some fun. After making the hair-raising climb out of Comondu, we make a stop at a place likely not many have. The name El Horno translates to the oven, and although it is incredibly warm here, that is not the reason for the name. The rock oven was used to help build the missions in the 1700s by baking rock down to dust that was then used as mortar for the missions, likely both at San Javier and Comondu. Just around the corner is the jewel of the Mission Trail at San Javier. Don't go anywhere. The 2017 Trail of Missions has been brought to you by Monster Energy. BFGoodrich Tires. Are you driver enough? Fox Racing Shocks. Redefine your limits. Ride Fox. And by Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting. The local people and the missionaries of the 16 and 1700s must have been incredibly hardy to face primitive travel through the Sierra de la Giganta mountain range. Even today, with the large tractor-cut road, it's extremely intimidating on the way to San Javier. For me, this is the most magical of spots in Baja, and I rate this my #1 location on the entire peninsula. And when we pull into the now cobblestone main street in San Javier, the excitement to share the stoke of Baja is alive and well with me. How epic is that? That's what I would call spectacular. Mission San Javier here in the mountains just above Loreto. The site was established in 1699, and pretty fired up just to bring the crew here and be able to have my family here as well.
Originally, this was all gold leaf on the moldings and the crosses and the goblets, and it was rumored that the Spanish king was really upset because he wanted the Jesuits to bring the gold back to him, and he never received the gold. So it's possible, and there's theories that all in Baja, the gold was hidden and stored somewhere so the Jesuits could hold on to it.
It was amazing. That was the first time I had the opportunity to go back and check out the olive tree, and I mean, the branches are just so intertwined, and you can tell that it's been there for 300 years. It's beautiful.
Besides the mission being here in San Javier, when you look around, it's surrounded by mountains. You come into the town and it looks like that's the only way in and that's the only way out, but it's not. This area is historic and the mission is pristine. It is my favorite place in Baja.
That does it for San Javier. Now let's go on the trail of missions.
As we leave San Javier for the larger population of Loreto, which was founded in 1697 and is known as the birthplace of the Mission Trail, I can't help but be a little bummed that our destination is so close, as the vistas and the people we have met and seen along the way have been amazing. As we travel down the rocky Arroyo Loreto into what will be the final mile on pavement to the Mission, I'm pumped to know that Baja is once again delivered in her same style and with the same beauty we have become accustomed to. The Monster Energy Trail of Missions, presented by BFGoodrich, has arrived in Loreto.
So we're here at the birthplace of all missions in Baja, Loreto. It was built in 1697. It was also the hub for all of the rest of the expeditions that took place to establish the other missions up and down the peninsula. It's our final stop on the Trail of Missions in 2017. I've had a great time. Every time I come to Mexico with the DA, I learn new things and meet new people. Definitely coming back next year.
Oh, another amazing trip down the Baja Peninsula. That's gonna do it. We've got to the first mission here in Loreto, and the 2017 Monster Energy Trail of Missions presented by BFGoodrich is all done. We've seen a lot of epic beauty, we've met a lot of cool people, and we've seen the vista and places that we wanted to show all of our friends for 2017. What's left is trying to plan 2018. We can't wait to do it again with you. I'm Cameron Steele for the Desert Assassins and all of my family here and around the world saying see you later from Loreto. That's the Trail of Missions.